Welcome to our Continuous Education Plan webinar, which aims to provide clear information for parents and carers about our response to COVID-19. The PowerPoints that I'm going to run through are also available on our webpage. And if you have questions, please send them into office@dulwichhamletjuniorSchool.org.uk. We anticipate a winter of broken education with children missing school for a variety of reasons, and want to reassure you that we're doing our best to make our curriculum offer as seamless as possible. And we also understand the importance of getting our communications right so that you feel both informed and secure. And we want to let you know that our safeguarding responsibilities don't stop even if your children are not in school. So we're here to support you with that. So there's a few scenarios that we have, and I'm going to run through with you. Scenario 1 is that your child is unwell. There is a confusion about colds, and our advice hasn't changed. You do not need to keep your child off with a cold if you wouldn't ordinarily. Do pause this webinar if you'd like more time to read the content on the slides. The guidance on vomiting and diarrhea has also not changed. We would inform you if it did. Our policy is that your child should stay at home for 48 hours to avoid transmitting any viruses to other children. With any of these ordinary reasons for being off school, your child should, broadly speaking, be resting, but we know that towards the end of this period they might start to feel a bit better, and we would encourage them to access Doodle Maths, their homework through Google Classroom, and catch up on their reading. Now, does your child have suspected coronavirus symptoms? All of this information is taken from the NHS website, and if you go to the NHS website, you can read up about it very easily and quickly. But if anyone in your household suffers from one of the 3 main coronavirus symptoms, we must err on the side of caution. Get a test and let us know. Do not send your child into school with any of the symptoms until they have a negative test or they've completed their isolation period. This means that children may at times be isolating at home but be perfectly well. In this case, you will receive a link with some planning and resources for you and the family to work through with your child. Please make sure you don't skip lessons, as that won't normally work with our curriculum. And of course, in this scenario, you will still have access to all of that extra work that we expect to be done at home. And just this on its own will take quite a bit of your time. There may be a scenario in which we are required to close a year group, a bubble, or the whole school. After a 24-hour grace period to allow us to get set up, we would expect to revert to remote learning. Scenario 4 is less likely, but much more complicated, so it's important that we plan for it. If schools were closed nationally or locally, we expect our key worker school to be open, and so for greater demands to be placed on staffing. However, we would still try and prioritise maths, English, physical and mental well-being, and our safeguarding support. And of course, you've still got the homework. We would be very grateful if you could get some supplies ready for every eventuality. If you can't access the internet via a fixed Wi-Fi connection, so by a way other than using your mobile phone, or if your child doesn't have access to a laptop, we may be able to access funding. Please let us know on the Google form that's coming out towards the end of September, or contact the school office at office@dulwich-hamlet-junior-school.org.uk to let us know. In addition to the basic equipment that your child will need to complete the activities, there are some extra materials that can be really useful, such as a home printer and a whiteboard, which is wipeable and therefore allows for children to take more risks. In addition to our communication via your child's Google Classroom, we will also be making a conscious effort to keep our social media streams updated, both now and in the event of school closures. So do give us a follow. They are a really lovely celebration of all our work at the school. And we're also creating a COVID-19 tab on our website to be a one-stop shop for the information and guidance on the developing situation. Finally, we won't be able to live stream assemblies and events at the moment because that's no longer available as part of our G Suite package, but we would record things, put them on the Google Classroom, put them on the website. Thank you for watching this webinar. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll be able to remain open for most of the winter.